Good morning, people. 5 or more years ago, I was out eating with a coworker at a nice little Mexican restaurant. The coworker I was with was allergic to peppers, so he couldn't have any paprika in his food or it would shut his nervous system down. He made sure to tell the waitress this when she came to take our order. One bite in his food is all it took to set him off. His reaction was immediate. We had to go. But before we left, he chewed into the waitress something fierce. A week later, he left his tool bag with a drywall knife sticking wrong way up out in front of the entrance to the shop. It was on the ground where it was hard to see, and as I entered carrying my tool tray in front of me, I walked right into the blade and sliced my leg. He basically pushed the blame on me. If I had been watching where I was going, I wouldn't have ever walked into the blade. This is what his response was. I guess he forgot the part of cause and effect. Isn't it funny how we are so fast to hold everyone else accountable for their blunders? We are quick to jump down everyone else's throat for their screw-ups, but who's there to check us? Are you checking you? Listen up, people. It is so easy to point out the mistakes and failures in others, but unless you are holding yourself accountable for the things you aren't doing so well, you may need to find your moment of reevaluating. Learning to own your own mistakes and mishaps is your key to true growth. Let that sink in for a minute.
First Cup KC, unique, hustle hard music, yeah. First Cup KC, start your day off with a cup of Joe and positive convo. First Cup KC, shine a light on the ones that work hard from Kansas to the Mo. First Cup KC, motivate, educate, inspire the youth to be great. First Cup KC, believe in yourself is the key to make a change. It's never too late. First Cup KC. This broadcast is a No Solutions podcast production. Yeah.
Today on the show, I have a very interesting guest. He carries a very unique gift of blending ideas and placing them on canvas. He's a God-fearing man, a loving husband, a strong father, and an aspiring entrepreneur. Here representing the slogan, "It ain't a movement if I stop." Please welcome Adrian Maddox to the show.
What's up,
Adrian?
Bless.
Man, it is a blessing, isn't it? It is a blessing. I got this beautiful piece of art sitting in front of me right here. We're going to get to it. We're going to get to what that's about. But before we do, you're going to have to tell the guests a little bit about who Adrian Maddox is, man. Where you from?
Born and raised Kansas City, Kansas, a.k.a. Wyandotte County, a.k.a. the Dot.
The Killer Dot. The Killer Dot.
You know.
Yeah, man. So you grew up in KCK.
Yes, sir.
How was growing up?
It was good. It was learning experience. Parkwood area, 10th Street, 12th Street area. If you know, you know. Quindaro, you know.
Yeah.
I feel the Dot helps build your character as a youngin'. Things that you see, are exposed to, hear, see, et cetera, et cetera. It helps build character. You know?
Yeah, it do.
And if you know, you know. The Dot, the Quindaro area.
That's down in the hood.
Fits the criteria for all that. So, I am a product of my environment.
Yeah.
In a positive way.
You gotta be, man. You gotta be.
Childhood, just played as a kid, thought, dreamed, aspirations, had questions for myself at a young age that helped inspire and put me in the position I am now.
Right. What were some of the things that you had to grow up living through, man? I mean, what were some of these conditions? Because you saying you grew up down in the Quindaro area, man, you that's a lot of temptation. I mean, you got all kind of stuff going on down there. How was you able to get through that stuff?
I had a good support system, family. Had a praying grandmother and mother.
In the church.
Definitely. First AME church, youth choir, YPD, Boy Scout. I found things and avenues to divert me from that. Right. It was drugs, prostitution, gangs, shootings, murderings, and
all kind of stuff going on.
Just had to pick a lane and choose which one you was gonna ride in.
Yeah, and sometimes it's hard, man, because you got that influence, and sometimes you want to feel protected, and you think embracing the neighborhood is what's going to be the protection.
Right.
You forget about all the other resources that you have, like the Lord and grandma's swaddling and you know, all the positive people in the neighborhood sometimes tend to be a smaller voice. But if you're listening to those small voices, sometimes they can help you.
Oh man, they'll save your life.
Yeah, help you turn into a bigger voice, and that's what you're doing in the KCK area.
Thank you, sir.
Making a big noise
Thank
over
you.
there.
You know,
So your product is AMADD, right?
AMADD.
AMADD. And is that acronym for something?
Adrian Maddox.
Adrian Maddox. So that's the
AMADD Designs. Adrian Maddox Designs.
Simply put.
He said write the vision and make it plain.
Make it plain. Make it plain.
You know.
I like this slogan. It ain't a movement if I stop. Where did that? How were you inspired to come up with that slogan?
God rest his soul. The late great Captain Donald W. Maddox, the first black fire captain of Wyandotte County. You know, growing up, Bubba, don't stop. It takes more energy to stop and start again than it does to just keep going.
Yes.
Hindsight 2020. Man, if I just keep drawing, I'll be done. If I keep it ain't a movement if I stop. And I chose ain't, in my opinion, ain't resounds in your ear ducts longer than isn't. Longer than doesn't, longer than, you know, just the.
And then it's still part of your product of the community that's your language.
And it relates to everybody. It doesn't just relate to my movement. It ain't a movement if you stop. It ain't a movement if she stops. It ain't a movement if they stop. So it ain't a movement if we stop.
I like it, man. I definitely like it because it's saying stay in motion. It's telling you to keep going. And a lot of the guests who come on the show, when they leave, that word of advice at the end is always something that has to do with staying in motion, keeping it going. So you're definitely making a statement when you say if you stop, you stop. You stop. You know, what school did you attend down? Did you attend school over in that area?
Mm-hmm. I attended Fairfax Elementary. That's, you know, showing my age. Mm-hmm. From Fairfax, I went to.
That's Fairfax closed down, ain't it?
I think it's an alternative school now, I believe. Mm-hmm. Down there in the Fairfax district. I went to Central Middle School. Started playing football there, other sports. From Central Middle School, I went to Sligo High School. Proud graduate of class of 2000. Here I am. Joined a couple clubs, choir, football. Just
stayed active. You just stayed active. That's how you kind of stayed out of the streets. Not out of the streets, because we don't stay out of the streets. No. We just avoid situations that may occur in the street.
Right.
Well, you have to have some. What was some of your motivations though?
Man, I just always wanted better. Not to be average, not to be stagnant. You know, you can have a fresh glass of water you pour before you go to bed, man. I might get thirsty. I'm gonna need that water. You wake up in the morning, you didn't touch it, but it's still fresh, but it's stagnant. Things have adhered to it from, you know, the environment around it. So it's not fresh. I just can't be, you know, on 10th Street, you know, riding up and down the street. Yeah. You know, it was just it's more to life. You know, and I've always felt that deep down inside that, you know, that feeling that, you know, Friday's coming, you know, Friday's payday, that anticipation, man, I get this check. I've always had that feeling of, man, something coming. This phone ring, it might be that call. It's been that motivation. Why start something that is of me, that is me, and stop? Yeah. You know, finding purpose, finding passion, finding my assignment. And I checked in with the teacher, and I know my assignment.
And you found this, and you channel all of this into art. I mean,
and that's from
from the hood.
That's from your business logos, your home art, your wearable art, your mugs, your home artwork, your facility artwork, your murals for your facility. What's your vision? And I've been blessed with the ability to tell me what your vision is. Don't show me no pictures. Don't use any references. Tell me what your vision is. And I've been blessed to see what they say.
And put it down. Put it on
Put it down.
a vision. You take a vision and you make it reality.
And to see their reaction when I'm done. How did you draw what I saw in my head? All I did was text you on Messenger. And if you know I'm on Messenger, you know, all I did was text you what I wanted. And now it's tangible.
It down like this.
And to see their reaction, to see them now say to themselves, it ain't a movement if I stop. Because now they have that complete tangible item that they had. Man, if I could just find somebody to draw what I see in my head, and I got something, but it ain't this, it ain't that. Come on over to AMADD.
You got it. AMADD, he said he got it. But why art? Why'd you choose art? I mean, you could have been a basketball player, football player, because you said you was in the sports. I mean, you could have been anything. What got you down the art trail?
Like I said, football, I swore I was going to the league. You know, went to Dodge City Community College, played for 2 years. You know, came back home and started working and thought about it. You know, that was a good run for high school. You know, now it's adulthood. Is that going to carry me and my family through the real world? Being from the dot, 2.3%, make it to even the combine. You know, so I had to find, what am I here for? You know, it's not clocking in every day 8 to 12 hours, being a robot, you know, following someone else's rules to make them profitable. Well, what if I can take what I've learned from these jobs and sell myself?
Yeah, what if, huh? And you said, when I start,
I ain't stopping.
So this prompted AMADD Design. What actually made you say, this ain't just art to me now? This is something that I want to go into business with. This is something that I want to create a product out of and sell.
I want to say about 2 years old.
That's COVID, right? That's
2 years old.
Oh, 2 years old.
Yeah, when I was 2 years old.
Two.
2
years old.
And I have it in my portfolio. A yellow napkin. And it may have been Golden Buffet, Ponder, you know, one of them old school after church restaurants.
They ain't around no more.
No more.
Type play. Ponderosas. Ooh.
Man, them chicken wings.
Oh, man, that pork chop.
So I remember running to the table, and my mom told me this too, and she put it on my page. She said, I remember you used to run to the table, you grab a napkin, and take your pen out, and you started drawing. And it's in my portfolio to this day. I remember sitting in church. Me and my grandpa, he would draw something on the bulletin, pass it to me, and I draw. So I just kept knowing that I've been drawing this long. What is it? Research. They say 10,000 hours make you a professional.
10,000 hours.
10,000 hours.
Just listening to that today.
At doing the same exact thing over and over again for 10,000 hours makes you an expert. Makes you almost perfect at it. I've been doing this since I was 2.
A lot of hours. I ain't about to do the math, but
so I had to find my passion, my purpose. What am I still here for? Well, I love to draw, and I've had people tell me growing up, "Hey, boy, you need to start drawing. You should go do this with such and such, and then you could." And yeah, I appreciate it, but my eyes, my opinion, God's timing is impeccable.
Yeah.
And everything was pre-written. I had to go through this storm. I had to go through this trial, tribulation. I had to go through this fire, and I had to go through this temp job, et cetera, to learn and deal with different people of the community of different races, creeds, religions, and communicate with them to get the picture across.
Yeah.
And it's funny in my lingo and my diction, everything resorts to art.
Yeah, it comes back. A lot of emotion, especially in this piece right here. So what is the targeted market when it comes to your art? Do you have like a specific genre of customers and clients that you use? Are you broad with it? Is it something that not just goes in our community, but it passes over to other communities as well?
Everybody.
I'm looking at this right now, man, and this look like it should be something that's sitting in a gallery.
Well, if the right person sees this and feels that, it will complete their gallery, I'll leave my contact information at the end of this interview, and then we speak things into fruition. You just that goes into that support. Oh man, I'm gonna get some stuff from you. That all right? Well, just keep hitting that like, tag, and the share. That's support. That's a non-tangible payment. You sowing that seed just right there. You put that into the universe for that to happen, and it's going to happen.
Yeah, it's happening. It's definitely happening. So this particular piece right here, what is it called?
This is entitled "Beauty in the Midst of Chaos."
Beauty in the midst of chaos.
It was kind of a rough day for me this day. I had just things going on personally, and I use my artwork as therapy too. It is therapy. You can take everything in your head and put it into a piece, or put it into something that someone can see and voice their opinion. That's the lovely thing about art too. Someone could look at this. Oh, you drew 16 elephants in the background. Well, I didn't see that. It's your own interpretation.
Yeah, I like it, man.
Thank you.
Looks pretty nice.
She is pretty dope.
Beauty in the midst of chaos. She is beautiful, man. She is beautiful. What are some of your accolades? What are some of the things that you've been able to conquer and get over? When you climb, trying to get your brand out, and you are trying to stand out and sell your product, what has been some of the things that you've been able to get through on that?
One, establishing myself. Pouring. I wouldn't even say you don't even pour the concrete first. You gotta till the dirt. You gotta excavate it first to make sure it's flat. All right, what's the game plan? Hey, all right, let's pour the concrete. Hey, you know somebody need a logo? Hey, you know somebody needs some artwork? Getting it out there. Had a friend of mine, Fat Boy Gang, said, "Hey, I need a logo." I said, "Okay, hey, we just had a self-talk about, been drawing all this time. Well, all right, what you need? Oh, I need X, Y, Z, ABC. You need X, Y, Z, ABC, or ABC, X, Y, Z. He said, "Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Well, I want this. I said, all right." Long story short, got the payment for it, went home, counted it. I said, "Well, who do I owe?" Right side, me. Who did all the marketing? Right side, me. Who did the work? Me. Who put you on? Me, and everything added up to me. So I said, "Hey, boy, them jobs, them firings, them hirings, them layoffs, the disappointments, the upsets. Now you can take all that, sell yourself, and make it.
Make the leap, man.
Let's go." And at this time, I didn't even have a logo. I had the name, which is me, AMADD Designs, Adrian Maddox Designs, but I didn't have a logo. People say, "Well, where's your logo at?" I said, "I'm working on it," because everything that I do is custom, quality, hand-drawn designs.
Right.
Hand-drawn.
Not copied.
Now, cut, copy, paste, no iPads, no technology, period.
And we got a video that you sent in for us to show this particular piece being created. And you said you was having a bad day when you were going through it. I seen I remember watching a part of the clip that you sent where you had the toothbrush and you were flipping the paint. And I don't know, man, I can, and something in that flipping of the paint, I can see where it was emotion in that. So, I appreciate you sending that over too.
Thank you. See that, not to cut you off, but that right there makes it all worth it.
Right.
You felt something from something I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah. You
not trying, not imitating, not duplicating. Because you can't find, well, no, he did this like such and such did it. Show me.
Yeah.
It's all out my brain.
One of a kind every time. That's neat, man. You got a unique talent, man.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate you acknowledging that.
Yeah. So how far are you taking this? Where are you? What is your next phase in AMADD Design?
Expect the unexpected.
Expect the unexpected.
Might be riding down 70 or 435 and see the brand.
See it on a billboard.
Hey, this dude with the pencil in his mouth. You might be watching the news and breaking news. AMADD Designs opens a storefront on the plaza. I, as you know, my face is everything. Without it, I'm nothing. And me and the Lord, we didn't chopped it up. Told me just keep drawing. Keep drawing. Don't stop. Henceforth, it ain't a movement if I stop.
It ain't a movement.
And your talents and I will make a way for you, bro.
That's how it is. That's how it be.
On as well as I'm sitting here breathing and talking to you, bro, that is a fact conversation.
Yeah, I'm digging that hat, man.
Thank you. I call them crowns because I'm a king. And you know, that's how I sell them.
I'm digging your crown, man.
Thank you. All custom quality, hand drawn, and I think this one glows. The signature glows. That's
lighting glow. The
signature glows, and that's Bubba Bear on the front, and it's
AMADD in the back.
You know, it's branding everywhere I go. You know,
yeah. That's
it ain't
if you ain't representing you, who gonna represent you?
Who else? I don't leave the house unless I got mine on.
Right.
So, I don't leave my house unless I got flyers in the hand to pass out.
Man, that's marketing. So I went to school for business science marketing. So I'm a marketing fanatic. I mean, I get up every morning and just market. I don't care. I whatever I got to do to stay moving, I guess. But you are very interesting, man. I appreciate this interview. I really, really, really do.
I appreciate you having me.
You can be reached in multiple places. Look at that camera right there and let everybody know.
Listen.
Yep. And let everybody know where they can reach you, how they can get your products. What else? And how can they reach out to you if they have a design that they want put on canvas?
Okay. Let's see. Let me combine all that real quick. Good evening, everyone. I am AMADD Designs. Thank you for tuning in. If you're in need of a custom quality hand-drawn business logo, wearable art, sports designs, home art, facility art, anything that you've envisioned in your head and just can't find that right artist to create it, come on over to AMADD Designs and allow me to take your vision and make it into an intellectual, creative design. Everything that I do is hand-drawn. Your opinion, your voice will be implemented throughout the whole process. It's not just, oh, you want this, draw it, here you go, thank you. No, you have insight to what your vision is to make it complete. Any questions, comments, concerns, I can be reached at 913-265-1878. You can look me up on Facebook, AMADD Designs. That's AMAD as in David, D as in David, Designs. Instagram, AMADD_Designs2. Snapchat, AMADD Designs 5500. I believe my Snapchat account is still active. I am on Twitter as well. If you can't find me on there, Google.
You say he even on Google.
Hey, shine the pencil light in the air, and I come running, just like Batman.
That's what's up. It's definitely been an honor, man, having you on the show.
I appreciate you having me, bro.
You just never know what's out there. You just never, all these talented people in the KC metro area, and man, but like you said earlier, God leads the way. He leads you to people, and it's a reason why you're here today, bro. You have a very unique talent, drive. A lot of people don't understand that's what it takes to open up a creative mind and put it where the world can actually use it. You know what I'm saying? Drive. You start out with a napkin and you end up with a masterpiece on a canvas years later. And it's because you don't stop doing what you're doing.
It ain't a movement if I stop.
Tell our viewers something positive that you can leave them with today that'll make them remember that it ain't a movement unless you stop.
What would AMADD Designs say to inspire anyone that hears, sees, touches my work, my words. It's bad. Life is bad right now. In every aspect, shape, fashion, and form. But there is beauty in the midst of chaos.
Yes.
Hold on to God's unchanging hand. He said he will never leave us. He said he will never forsake us. He said he would never put more on us than we can bear. And at times we want to question, Lord, why? Whew, it's a lot. But he never puts more on us than what we can bear. Trials and tribulations come to make us strong. We got to go through hell. We got to go through the storm to see the beauty, to see the rainbow. You can't just be in it. You got to go through it. And going through it, you gotta take them. You gotta take them and just know he ain't gonna put more on me than I can bear. Everything, the next 5 minutes has already been written. The next 5 days has already been written. The next 5 years and so on and so forth has already been written. Them goals, them ideas, that passion, that thing that just, something ain't right, that fire that burn in you, that man, this ain't right. I shouldn't be doing it. I should be do it. Dude. I did it. I know my tap in. Find out why you here. Straight purpose. Up, why you here? Nipsey said, if you don't find your purpose, then you wasting air. Why have you been spared from COVID? Why have you been spared when your job told you go home? Why you been spared why you been fed when ain't nothing in the fridge? Why this? Why every time in that ninth hour, he come through like a thief in the night every time.
Every time, boy. That's the storm is over, man. That's going through that chaos.
So hold on. But while you hold on, you got to keep paddling and see. He gonna pull you, but you got to paddle and swim too. Faith without works don't work. Yeah. Faith without works don't work, bro. So you can't pray and just sit there. Yeah. It ain't a movement if I stop. It's more than just art. AMADD Designs is more than just art. It's about helping somebody. So when you can find your purpose and your passion and why you here, and what your assignment and why you was created, well, what does that allow you to do? More time to help out your fellow man. So it's a plethora of final words. It's pray, hold on, keep the faith, help others out, don't be selfish, and find your beauty in the midst of chaos.
That's powerful right there. That's powerful. Hey, Adrian, thank you for blessing the mic again, for blessing the mic today. Thank you, man.
Thank you, bro, for having me. I appreciate the opportunity.
Good luck out there. AMADD Designs, y'all. AMADD Designs. Thank you all for hanging out with us for another Saturday morning. Hope you guys all have a wonderful rest of your week. And as always, stay positive, people.